Hey everyone, it's Albie. Welcome back to my channel. I have another fun review for you today. I just finished a lovely book entitled Secrets of a Summer's Night. This is a really beloved series by a lot of romance readers, specifically historical romance readers. This is the Wallflower series by Lisa Kleypas. If you've been in the romance world or specifically historical, I'm sure you've either read these books or heard about these books or have them on your TBR, and I think they're going to be well worth the read. So this book for me was a 4-star, and I will get into that as I go deeper into my review. But I really loved the element of friendship in this book. So this is called the Wallflower series, and each book, it's a kind of a 6-book series. We'll get into that, but for the canonical sense, it's 4 books. We have Summer Night, Autumn, Devil in Winter, Scandal in Spring. You know, each heroine gets their own story. So it's 4 separate friends. This one features Annabelle. Book 2 is Lillian, I believe. Book 3 is Evie, and book 4 is Daisy. So Annabelle, I think, is the oldest. She's fallen on hard times. Evie is sort of the redheaded stepchild of her family, so to speak. She has a stutter. She's really, really shy. And then we have my 2 personal favorites so far in the books are Lillian and Daisy, and they are, I don't know if they're called dollar duchesses or dollar princesses, but they're 2 American young ladies that were not accepted into their society because they were sort of new money, or they weren't part of the elite group of New York society. So their mother brought them over to England because they are wealthy young women and they want a nice wealthy man to help take care of them, so to speak. So I really enjoyed Lily and Daisy. They are really really funny. They're very brash. They are very different in their ideals because they are wild Americans compared to the genteel British elitist. So I really liked them a lot. But in book 1, we have Annabelle. Like I said, her family has fallen on hard times. Her father has unfortunately passed away, and it has left the family in dire straits. I will say there is a trigger for, I don't know, it's not like sexual assault on Paige, but Annabelle and her mother are faced with some really yucky situations because of this man that is allegedly helping them, but for really yucky benefits from his help. So that was it wasn't like problematic, but I will say it is definitely something to look out for if you're not one that is comfortable with that. There's no graphic depictions of that, but you get, you know, you're putting the puzzle pieces together, and it's not good. You know, it can be upsetting. I found it really sad. So I have in the content, it's like low-key sex trafficking, you know. But that was like the one kind of downer of the story. Our hero, Simon Hunt, I liked him. I didn't love him. I found him to be kind of a jerk. Like, usually the Kleypas heroes are some of my favorite, but Simon was, I didn't feel this authentic love and connection between Simon and Annabelle. And that was my real qualm. So when Simon sort of proposes to Annabelle, he actually proposes for her to be his mistress first. Not great. Not a great move, Simon. And I didn't like that. And then after the proposal is sort of accepted by Annabelle and her mother, there's sort of a scene where Annabelle's like kind of calculating all the things that she can buy and have resolved by having newfounded money, and I didn't love that. And then there is a sort of a quote-unquote classic Kleypas, I was a Kleypas element to her stories, and that is having a near-death experience. She has that in this story, and it was like, oh, I've almost died. I've always been in love with you. And I'm like, really? Really? You're all in love? Okay, sure. So you know, I digress. Like I said, it was a 4-star. It was an enjoyable book, but I had more fun with some secondary characters than with the actual leads of the story. Annabelle, I liked her, like her trying to get out of this situation, specifically for her mother Philippa's sake. I thought that was interesting. Simon, I wasn't really feeling, I wasn't vibing with. And I just really enjoyed our secondary characters, especially Lillian and Daisy. Like, there's a scene where Annabelle is hurt, and Simon is like, oh, let me look at your foot and ankle. And I think it's Daisy's with Annabelle. And she's like, don't you touch my friend. Don't you be trying to look at her foot and ankle. I know what you're trying to do, you dastardly young man, trying to touch her foot. You know, I just thought that was equally hilarious. Like, I love that weird, like, almost compromised position because she was alone almost with a man that saw her ankle. Oh my gosh, you know, those just really cracked me up. I know they're really kind of a put off or downer for some people when you have like those old school, you know, pre-feminism or like women's lib and stuff, or women's movement, suffrages, etc. To have that, but I thought that was kind of funny. Just like, it's very campy nowadays. It seems to be campy, but in that time, in that element, it was very real. And that realism kind of brings forth the joke that we can do in a modern lens, which I thought was fun. But overall, I really did enjoy the story. I'm very excited for book 2 because book 2, I believe, is Lillian's. And I just really loved her. And all of my friends are like, book 2 and book 3 are their favorite. Like, Devil in Winter, I know, is like iconic. I think St. Vincent is like super, super beloved. And I just really liked Lillian, so I'm excited. And Evie has my heart because she has like a little stutter and she's really shy and she has red hair. And like, oh, you know, I feel like I want to protect her. So I want to see how her story goes. And then, of course, book 4 is Daisy, and she's just as like flamboyant and crass, and her new money and her Americanisms really show in this genteel society, like it does with her sister Lillian. So I'm excited for all 3 of the other books. So I'm very excited. Yeah. So this one, although it was like, for me, I have really high hopes and a lot of excitement to continue the series. I actually went ahead and bought the whole thing. I don't know if it's still on sale, but when I bought them a while ago, I think book 1 might have been like $7 or $8, but book 2, 3, and 4 were like $4.88 on Amazon. So I scooped them up because that's a really good deal, specifically for sort of older historicals that you aren't going to find like at the like at Walmart or Target, or even you might not find them at Barnes and Nobles because, you know, there's only an allotted space for books. So yeah, as always, I rambled on too much, but I really did enjoy the story and I wanted to share my thoughts with it with everyone. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment, and I will see y'all soon. Bye everyone.